times, and that's a good, big, physical football team, well coached. Coach, I got a lot of respect for Coach Creighton, so I thought our defensive guys, staff, and players did a great job, and got a couple turnovers again. Then offensively, we took care of the ball, ran the ball a little bit, probably left some stuff out there, but we ran it a few times when they knew we were going to run it, and if you can do that, then you got a chance to win. So good effort, good win against a solid program, and now we turn around in 5 days, play another one.
Can you talk about the quarterbacks? Obviously, Logan got the start, play, I think, every snap.
Yeah, played every snap. And Zion, to his credit, Zion was dialed in too. I truly believe we have two starting quarterbacks, and I wouldn't hesitate to play any of them at any time. There was no reason to put Zion in. I didn't think, because Logan was, I think he's still getting experience in our system, and the more he plays, the more comfortable he gets, and he's a really competitive runner. But there's a lot of things we could get better at. But it starts up front with those old linemen. It's funny, at the end of the game, I don't look at the stats much. You guys probably do on the board, but Trey Brown says, "Coach, why let's run one more time. I was just taking a knee, right, to kill the clock." And I said, "What are you running for? We already got it. The game's over." He said, "No, we got 299 rushing. If we get 300 yards, we get donuts, free donuts." So I said, "Damn it, Trey, I'll go ahead and buy your donuts. We're still taking a knee, so you'll get your, won't be 300 yards rushing." But those guys compete pretty well up front.
How about Logan's performance, particularly running the ball?
Yeah, he's an athletic guy. I think he has a good kind of a knack to see the field a little bit. It's a competitive runner, and he can run. He and Zion both are about the same amount of speed. So the biggest thing for Logan, and Zion was the same way when he was playing, the more games you play, the more you get comfortable in our system. There were a couple times today where there was a check or there was a look that maybe more experience in our offense, he would see that. But the thing about it, he knows it. He learns very quickly. He's a fast learner. And now I thought Malik has been banged up with a bad wrist for 2 or 3 weeks, and you wouldn't tell by the way he ran. He ran hard and ran competitive, and I thought he was a big difference today too.
You let Logan punt it a couple times. What goes into your thought process when you're deciding when to let him do that, and how much of an advantage is it not letting them get their special
teams? Yeah, I think
teams?
Logan now wants to be a punter. Jack Dawson wants to be a quarterback, a runner. But no, Logan actually, the first time we tried it in practice, he kicked the ball like 70 yards, and he said, "Coach, I can really punt," and he can really punt. He actually didn't have his longest ones today, but. And Zion's pretty good at it too. We had other games that we probably could have done it and didn't do it. Today was a kind of a good time to try it out, but he did a nice job with that.
I know Quentin Lane was named captain earlier in the week, but was it planned to give him the ball more in the
Well, we knew we were going to have some one-on-one opportunities outside, and our guy, we needed to trust them more to be able to win some of them. And they gave it to us the whole game. We had some opportunities, and it was nice to see Quentin. He's a guy that kind of walked on here from Stetson, and then earned a scholarship during camp as a senior. So it was really kind of neat to see him have a couple of nice plays.
What about the back shoulder throw on the first one he caught?
Yeah, it was great. He did a great job with it. And we were getting healthier at wideout. PJ Wells is not 100%, but we get him back and Dalen Wright back. All of a sudden, we got some extra bodies on the perimeter.
I know y'all have 6 or 7 guys you really trust out there at receiver, but would it help if a guy like Quentin can kind of emerge and be a consistent guy?
Absolutely. It would help. Everybody wants a go-to guy, particularly if they're going to leave you one-on-one. And we're still, I'm not saying our guys can't do it, but if they can emerge, the proof is in practice or in the games. And Quentin showed some stuff here today, but I also think PJ and Petway and Dalen and some of those other guys. I also think we probably missed some opportunities to get our slots. Perry and Sterling and Bowie, some of our slots, we got to get them some opportunities in open space as well.
I know you're obviously an offensive guy, but when the defense has 3 interceptions, 0 points, 6 sacks, I think it was over 12 tackles lost, how much do you kind of talk to them about that, or do you kind of let the defensive coordinator handle?
No, I don't mess with them at all during the thing, other than scream like, watch the play action deep pass on the first play of the game, or at the end of the game they're like, bag up, don't let them throw it on the 1 yard line, don't let them throw it long one over your head. But other than that, those guys, they know what they're doing, and we talk about it during the week. The thing about it, you try to, as a head coach, even though I'm heavily involved with the offense and special teams, what have you. You still have to learn how to manage the game. So if you got a team that's not moving the ball a lot and all that, a couple score leads, you might start milking the clock earlier in the fourth quarter, or even late third quarter than you normally. If you got a team that's moving up down the field, then you got to keep your tempo up. So that's part of our, or at least my responsibility as a head coach.
With it being homecoming, how nice was it to see the crowd as energized as it was?
Yeah, it was great. I heard somewhere told me that there was going to be, there was a lot of people on campus, and then when we pulled the bus up, and there was a whole bunch of tents right in the middle of campus there, tent and all that, more than I'd seen since I've only been here a year and a half. But I heard one of the kids behind me on the bus said, "Holy cow, look at!" So that was more than some of our guys that have been here longer than me saw when we were pulling up to campus. Now, whether they all made it in the stadium or they're still out there in the tent party, and I don't know. But it was a nice crowd and a great day, and I appreciate our fans coming out, because I think obviously there's a great atmosphere here, but I also think they like watching our guys. At least I hope they do. They're watching our guys play.
I think this is the most productive game we've seen out of Chris Hardy this year. 1.5 sacks, 2.5 tackles for loss. What was it like seeing that performance, and anything y'all saw on film that led you to believe that he and the rest of those guys might have this kind of day?
Chris has been wearing a knee brace because he's probably not 100%. He's close to it, but Chris Hardy at 90% is a really good player. And I thought we got some sacks today, and we actually missed a couple. But we're not. I always worry because we're not a big. If you look at it, you look at them coming off the bus and us coming off the bus, you're like, oh my God. So we still need to get bigger. We still need to get faster. But we're pretty athletic, particularly on defense. On all three levels, and I think our guys use their athleticism pretty well, especially on the third downs. I didn't know they were 1 for 15 or something on third downs, but third downs we got a chance because we were so athletic defensively.
Thoughts?
Your goal is to play as many players as you can. Most players in the country need 8 players with at least 4 tackles. I mean, how encouraging is that to see?
Yeah, we are playing a bunch more on defense. I got to play more on offense, but it's hard to do that when we're going tempo offensively. It's hard to, we don't want to sub and slow them. And there were some things that slowed our tempo down today, kind of holding our players down a little bit. Not letting them get off at the ground after they run, because we were complaining about that the whole game, it seemed like. But we do play a lot of guys, and I think more importantly, over the next 5 weeks will be the hardest stretch that any of us have coached or played at in our careers. So we're going to have a lot of guys ready in a hurry. This next 5 weeks is going to be something.
Just going forward, what is it? I know you're comfortable playing 2 quarterbacks, but do you at some point want to settle on a quarterback?
See, here's the difference. I don't. Some people put too much thought into it. Like, you're worried about their feelings, or you're worried about what message it sends. Just whoever out there, go play, do good. If you do good, you play, you stay in there. If you don't, you come out. Don't overanalyze it. Same way in practice. We do the same thing in practice. We'll rotate 4 guys in practice, 4 quarterbacks. And so everybody's like, are you wondering what he's thinking, what he's not on? No, I'm wondering about the guy out there, what he's doing. But Zion Webb is a good football player. And Zion Webb, in my opinion, is one of our starting quarterbacks, along with Logan Smothers. So we don't have a difficult situation. We got a good situation. And over the next 5-6 weeks, not just at quarterback, but at other spots, we're going to hope and wish and need to have more than one ready to win with.
Thoughts about Malik's crazy run? Side to side.
Well, my first thought was, man, when he got about 10 yards, okay, keep going north. And then he started going reversing field, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And then he reversed field about scored, and I'm like, that was a pretty good idea. So, hell, he knows better than I do. But, yeah, because it was right in front of me. I'm like, just go north. But he was going east and west and east, and then he almost scored. So what the hell do I know?
Jack, you want to just comment about Jack's big run?
Yeah, I thought that somebody went unblocked, and they did, but it was a guy that furthest from the punter. Well, the snap was a little bit low, and then Jack supposedly thought he was going to get. And I saw him start running. I'm like, it may take this dude 18 seconds to get a first down. So he got to be wide open. And then my main thought was, does he know where the stick is? Does he know where the first down marker is? Because he'll probably slide right after it, and he did. But yeah, that was a big play. I was pretty proud of Jack.
Coming into this game, they were, in terms of just stats nationally, pretty good at kick and punt return. You know, how did you think y'all did kind of not really letting them get the chance on
Okay,
that?
but hell, do you see some of them punts that dude kicked? Oh, shit, I thought Ray Guy just came back and suited up for Easton. I'd never seen nothing like it. And they had a little wind going that way, and we knew that. So we were backing Sterling up to 50 yards, and he was kicking at 65 yards. I mean, he kicked a couple of them. It was just unbelievable to flip the field like that. So, you know, I don't know. You know, I think it was special teams, whether it's Jack's run, whatever. It's kind of, I won't say it's a stalemate. We missed one field goal, which is strange for AK, but their punter did a tremendous job. I mean, he was awesome.
I mean, in terms of their return game, did y'all do anything
Yeah,
different?
we were really worried about that because they had great returners. Two of them returned in one game. And so, you know, obviously in kickoff, you can kick it out of the end zone. They're not returning. That was the key that AK did. He kicked the ball deep, kicked it in the end zone, kicked it out of there, and then when he did bring it back, our coverage was pretty good.
All right, Coach got to get out of here. He's got